think we are live on Facebook and now we are live
Hi,
on
guys.
Instagram. Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hello from San Francisco, and we are live again today with a brand new topic. Ekta, do you want to tell them our topic for today?
Yeah, hi everyone. For those of you who are tuning in for the second time with us on live, I'm Ekta Adani. I'm the CEO and founder of India Boulevard, and that's my colleague.
I am Nupur. I manage social media for India Boulevard, and I'm also a fashion blogger. So we have tons of questions lined up for you today on our topic spring. We're going to be talking about spring, which is, well, yesterday, as you know, was the first day of spring. So a lot of people sent us a request asking us for questions, and here we are.
Yeah, I think so. One of the things this time that we wanted to do was because we got so many questions around. It's not just spring, but also I think Eid and wedding season is all going to kick off. So we thought we'd kind of put a couple of thoughts around what some of our customers have been asking for, what some of our designers have been recommending. So today we thought we'd dedicate to talking a little bit more about the trends and what we saw at New York Fashion Week, what happens at India Boulevard, and tie all of them together with you guys.
Exciting things ahead today. So if you haven't logged in, please log in and send us your comments, your questions if you have any. Before we start off with the questions that you guys are sending us, we will address some of your pre-submitted questions.
Okay, great.
So Ekta, a lot of people are asking us, what are the spring trends of this season? What are people liking? What are people not liking? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so I think, spring is obviously, it's a time of the year which brings out kind of the best in people, and that obviously comes through colors and things like that. So I think, just like last year, I think one of the few things, two trends that we're seeing this year, one is definitely around, exaggerated sleeves, right? So we're seeing that, New York Fashion Week went by, and a lot of these other big fashion houses also released a lot of their fashion shows as well as the Indian fashion shows that took place. And one of the things we saw was that everyone's loving, bigger sleeves. As you can tell, I've worn some of them as well.
Me too.
So I think that's one thing. And
yeah, we both are obsessed with exaggerated sleeves. We just love it.
If I could get any more of this, I don't think I would type. I would put my hands in.
And now they have even more, right? Like this is only one layer. Now they have these multiple layers of exaggerated sleeves. So you'll see all sorts and combinations in the market nowadays.
Yeah, I mean they're like these big frills which are really in right now. Whether they're frills on your sleeves, whether they're on around your shoulders, whether they're all over your skirt. We've also seen lehengas these days which have a lot of frills on them, which kind of add that layer sort of look to it and also make it a little bit edgy in comparison to just your simple skirt or flared lehenga. So those are a couple of things that we've seen. And in terms of prints, because I know a lot of our customers ask us what kind of prints. So I think two prints again, which are trending, which coincidentally both of us are coordinated. One is definitely stripes, is what we've seen, which Nupur is wearing today, but that's more on the western side and more around the fusion wear if you want to. And the other one is more on florals, of course. And florals, I don't think they ever go out of season, but spring is the best time to kind of get them up. And as you can see, we have a couple of these florals even in our collection today.
I think our collection earlier was pretty much darker colors because it was winter, but now we've moved on to much more lighter pastel colors and all those printed outfits, stripes, florals, because that's what everyone is asking for nowadays.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think a couple of trends that we've also seen are the palazzo pants and the flare skirts. Very 70s, very bohemian, very, it was there, it went off, and now it's back again. And especially the high-waisted ones, they are doing really well with a lot of people, and we've seen a couple of them on the runway as well.
Yeah, I think high-waist has been now on season for quite a while, whether it's high-waisted pants, whether it's high-waisted lehengas or skirts. I think that is always, that's been there, and it's continued to stay this season for sure. And yeah, palazzo pants are actually one of my personal favorites because they're so comfy. You can dance in them, not worried about if your lehenga is going to get caught in your sleeve and on your shoe heel and it's going to tear apart or anything. So it's a great substitute for someone who just wants to be comfortable, especially if you're a wedding guest and you want to be for a sangeet night or a music night or even a henna night, right? If you want to kind of see, if you want to be dancing and you just want to be comfortable on that day, I think palazzo pants or flared pants in general are a great substitute for either a sari or even a lehenga, I would say.
Yeah, I know. And that's true, right? Because nowadays, another trend that we are seeing, especially in the Indian wedding scene, is people are moving away from bling and they want to, comfort is taking priority over looking too blingy or like too much colors. I guess I think it's moving towards a more simplistic and comfortable approach.
Yeah, I think, my style has always been to be comfort versus anything else. But so I'm glad that that's the case. And I think one thing I've seen is definitely people should be comfortable in what they're wearing, right? But I also see that increasingly prints are trending a lot more, something which is not as heavily embellished. Because the other thing is also people want outfits that they can wear multiple times, right? And just giving you an example, we recently did this whole mix and match, pick and mix and match series with Kaushal Beauty. I know a lot of people follow her, so we did this whole collection. It was her concept where the whole theme was that everyone doesn't want to keep buying the outfit over and over again, right? So how do you kind of buy maybe two outfits? And we spoke about it a little bit the last time also, and how do you kind of mix and match them with other outfits? And I think one of the reasons you can do that also if it's not too bling, right? Or if it's not too heavy, because they're more coordinated and you can wear them, whether it's a family wedding, whether it's a friend's wedding, you can wear them across different events as well.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm going to keep looking into the camera because I need to see your comments coming in. So it may look awkward, guys, but I know Vritika said hi to us, so hi Vritika.
Hello.
So back to our trends, Ekta. The other very common theme that we are seeing is the gender lines blurring out a little bit. A lot of the outfits and the shoes that people are wearing, like women are wearing most of these mules and, more of the shoes that look like men's. Even in clothing, women are wearing oversized blazers, oversized tees. So is that something you're seeing very frequently as well?
Yeah, I think... drawing back to comfort, right?
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that we're seeing a lot. Unfortunately, a lot of them are harder to wear when you have to wear Indian clothes because, traditionally Indian clothes everyone's worn, which is a lot more fitted, has a certain silhouette and things like that. So it doesn't show as much when you're wearing Indian clothes.
Yeah.
But even with Indian, we've seen that people don't want to wear dupattas anymore, right? So then if they have like a nice loose fitted jacket, which kind of gives the illusion of a dupatta, people are leaning towards that. So I think, but even more than anything else, on Western side, I've definitely seen a lot of people are choosing comfort versus anything else, and just oversized jackets and shirts.
It doesn't matter whether guys wear or women wear. It's all about comfort, guys. This is the trend of 2017.
But on the contrary, I've also seen, if you see a lot of guys trends, they're moving to more fitted stuff, right? So there's like a complete
even
swap
colors.
which is
Even
happening.
colors.
Yeah.
You see a lot of men wearing brighter colors, pink color. I mean, it's no longer any stereotype.
Yeah.
They don't follow that anymore. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
In fact, we just recently did this wedding party where the boys are wearing actually floral jackets, which is kind of cool, which is very bold and actually looks really good. So yeah, I think
we will
the
share a
swap is
picture
happening
with you
both
once
sides.
we get it for sure. So you guys have an idea of that. Misha actually sent us a comment and she said she just had recently had a wedding. So congrats, Misha.
Hey Misha, congratulations on the wedding.
And
we saw a couple of pictures.
Yeah, and Misha actually included the trend in her bridesmaid outfits, right? She had those large stripes, orange and white.
Yes, she did. Yeah,
so we see you're pretty on trend with all that. So thanks, Misha. Thanks for your lovely comments. She says thanks. I think that pretty much sums up our spring trends as to what we are seeing. A couple of other pre-submitted questions we got is what is going out of fashion? Like, what are some of the things that we saw earlier and now we are seeing it slowly fade away?
Yeah, I think, you can tell me you're the fashion blogger, but I can at least tell you from based on what we see with our customers and all of that, right? And I think one of the things was a lot of our customers keep asking us, that is florals going out of fashion? And I just want to say that no, it's not. It's here to stay, especially since it's spring. But I think the ones that are going out of fashion in terms of colors, I can say that is, more of the darker tones are kind of, they're not as much people are wearing. Of course, blacks are something that a lot of people don't wear in Indian weddings, but people are moving to more brighter colors, which are more saturated colors this season, like the hot pinks and the oranges, which anyway are pretty the first go-to options for Indian weddings. But that is on trend right now, so that's something that is trending. That's trending. But what's going out of fashion, I would say, definitely escapes. Is something that is going.
Absolutely.
Capes' blouses especially.
Yeah, and I used to be obsessed with capes when they came in, but now you're slowly seeing people are completely moving away from this whole concept. I'm just going to read the comments. So Hiran says hi. Hi, Hiran.
Hi.
And let me just see. She also asked, where are you guys living? So...
I would want to say I'm living in Hawaii, but unfortunately I'm not. I live in San Francisco, and I live in downtown San Francisco. So, yeah, and next time probably we're actually having a really nice day. So next time we probably should give you guys a tour of our office.
Yeah. So our headquarters is based in SF, and that's where we are doing this live feed from. The next question we have is, do you ship to France?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we ship worldwide. So yes, we have shipped to France before, and we'll continue to do so.
Yeah, so for those of you who ask us about shipping, our shipping is global. We ship everywhere so that you don't have to worry about where you can get your clothes from. Leave that trouble to us. Thanks Hiran. Thanks for your comments. Back to our next question. How important is following trends? Like, we're talking so much about trends, but how important really do you think they are?
Honest answer, or are we supposed to say because we're talking about trends today?
Honest answer. I think that's what our customers would like.
I think, this has been a philosophy of at India Boulevard, right? Where, yes, trends are important because it's always good to know. Most of our customers are very fashion conscious, right? They want to know what's happening. They're very well aware. And especially in a world where, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, and there's Pinterest and all these live feeds, everyone is pretty aware of what's going on, what the fashion scene is like, not just in the city that they're based in, but globally what's going on, right? So I think it's important to know that. But I think what's more important is to just be who you are, right? And that's where, that's even true to our India Boulevard mission, right? That whatever you like, that's what you should be wearing. If you feel that you have a certain style aesthetic that you're most comfortable carrying yourself in, that's what you should be, following. And of course, but add a little bit of the new trends to it so that you can try something new. And if you don't like it, you don't have to get it ever again, right? But
absolutely. I mean, I completely agree with that. I mean, trends are almost like they give you an option to tell you what is out there. It really depends on you to pick and choose what suits your style and your aesthetics. Because at the end of the day, if you're not comfortable with what you're wearing, it is going to show. So I would any day pick comfort over trends, But it's good to follow it. It's fun to follow it. It's fun to see what people are wearing on the red carpet, what the celebrities are wearing, what the bloggers are wearing. But at the end of the day, you should stay true to your style, of course.
Yeah, and it happens to me all the time, right? I hoard all of these celebrities and fashion bloggers, and every time I see something on them, I'm like, oh my god, they look so good on them. I don't know if they look good on me, and every time I go to like shop or anything like that, I try it and it just looks the exact opposite, right? So I think what's important is to know that what in trends works with your style aesthetic, and incorporate that in your day-to-day style, just if that's something, but I've seen that most likely people do have a higher sense of what their style is.
Yeah. I think the whole concept of identity is being very strong nowadays.
Yeah.
So no matter what you're doing, you should put a piece of you in your outfits.
Yeah.
Whether it's in terms of colors, textures, size, anything, right? And I guess that's why we see a lot of people following the whole custom trend. That's why they're going in for the custom trend, because they want to put a piece or a part of themselves in whatever they're wearing.
Yeah, and it's funny because a couple of days back I was having a conversation with my mom, and she was like, oh, I'm going to make you something. I'm like, Mom, I'm old enough now and I know exactly what I want, so I don't need you to shop for me, right? And I think that's what it is. Everyone has a stronger sense of who they are.
Yeah, and it's a process, right? You will learn with time, slowly. When I look back at my photos as a child, I'm like, God, what was I wearing? It's so embarrassing. But then, with time, you slowly identify things and you know what suits you best and what doesn't suit you, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to the questions. Hello from UK. Hello from SF from us as well. Hiran asked us a question. She's asking, do you design the clothes yourself?
No, I don't. So I'm not as talented, so I don't design the clothes myself. So we actually what we do is, to give you a little background about this, right? We've always spoken about customers and what we do in terms of, customizing needs for them. I think, today we can kind of answer that question in two ways, right? One, so we are basically a marketplace, right? And what we want to do is connecting people and trying to bring, the Indian culture and Indian ethnic wear to the forefront to the rest of the world. So it's not just about, staying in India and having access to the best Indian clothes. I think it's about bringing that awareness of the culture and our heritage and traditions and in what we wear and who we are to the rest of the world. And how we do this is, in India, I'm sure a lot of people who have been to India realize that there are tons and tons of these talented designers who do really high quality work, and they have these little boutiques that they run. Either they run from the garage or they run, from a little studio of theirs. My mom had started that way as well. So I kind of grew up surrounded by these clothes 24/7. And so I think what we do is we partner with these designers who don't really have the resources or the financial resources, sometimes just the personal commitment to kind of take it to the next level. And so we kind of become that we give them that platform to showcase the world, to showcase, their outfits and their stuff to the world. And we work with them to kind of bring a lot of elements of customization to the rest of the world. And how we do that is by we add a layer of technology to the entire process. And I don't want to bore anyone with the details, but we kind of have a platform that, allows us to kind of make sure the fit, the style preferences of, customers are being designed and met accordingly.
Perfect. Hiran, I hope that answers your question. I know you have one more question, so we're going to address that. She asked, what are the summer styles for Indian dresses in 2017?
Summer styles, yeah, I would say definitely, so it obviously depends whether you're going as a wedding guest, whether you're going as, but let's assume that, you are attending a lot of weddings and events this summer, right? So I would definitely say that florals are something that's really trending. Another one,
it's been trending for a long
time.
And I almost feel florals have become a classic. It's no longer a trend because it's been there for so long now.
Yes.
Thanks, Hiran. So yeah, florals, and then I also think the whole flowy dresses or flowy lehengas, maybe a slightly lightweight material which you can use in summer. It's more breathable and you can be more free in it. So what are some of the materials or fabrics that give you that flow in Indian outfits?
So I think there are a couple, right? So one, there's definitely Georgette, which I think everyone would probably know. It's one of the most commonly used ones. And in that you also have varieties of different Georgette. So I would say Georgette turns out to be like the most flowy, but it also has a little bit of a matte finish to it as a fabric, right? So if you want that little shine effect to it, I would say go for something like crepe silk is like a really good option. There's a new kind of silk which is now lately we've been using a lot of that for some of our clients, which is called Habutai silk.
Oh.
And that's actually really, really soft. Like,
does it originate in India or?
No, so it actually originates in Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. And so it's really soft, it's very silky, but the best part about it is it doesn't crush easily. So you don't have to do much ironing to it. It doesn't show creases, and I hate ironing, so I can tell you I would definitely go for that option.
Great. I think in spring trends for Indian outfits, the other thing we are also seeing is in terms of colors. We are moving from like very heavy dark colors to pastels. A lot of greens and blues is something we are seeing. In fact, the color of the year for Pantone is greenery. And I think, do you want to show them one of the, outfits we have?
Do you want me to take it out?
Yeah. This was one of the most liked outfits by our customers. It follows the green trend. It's a pre-draped sari, if you see it. And this color is actually one of the hottest colors for this season. When I looked at it first, I was like, this color, I'm not too sure about it. But so, sometimes what happens is you look at something and you think it doesn't suit you, but when you actually wear it, it looks really nice. This color was one of those for me at least. So I think green is trending a lot. We have a lot of pastels that are doing really well. The blues and the pinks, very light, very
soft,
very feel-good colors that are trending pretty much for Indian dresses in 2017. Anything else that you might think of?
No, I think other than that, everyone else wears the brighter colors.
Yeah.
I think that's something that people can wear.
Yeah.
I think another thing is also if you're thinking of pairing colors, right, and mixing and matching colors. If you don't want to go for a very monochrome look, you could go for like a lighter shade of pink with a brighter pink, or just like in terms of the ombre effect,
Right.
like going from a darker to lighter. Also something that's really trending.
I think
right
ombre
now.
is actually a good trend to mention because I do see a lot of people adopting it. In fact, with all the music festivals coming in, with Coachella and all the other music festivals, ombre is actually a trend people are saying is going to be very popular.
Yeah. I mean, we've been making like ombre saris for a really long time, especially saris because it's very popular in saris. But now we're increasingly seeing that, you can have that kind of use ombre as an inspiration to also make an entire lehenga, right? So you make the blouse a little bit lighter in color and make the lehenga, brighter. So you can always mix and match those colors accordingly to still achieve that kind of look.
Absolutely. We're getting actually a lot of comments,
Okay, so let's go
mind my
see.
awkward face looking around.
I
Irfan
can-
says hi. Fizza says hi. Hi, Fizza.
Hi.
Aki asks us, do you supply in India?
Yes, we do.
We do supply in India. We supply everywhere. We do worldwide shipping. So if you need anything, do shoot us a message or a DM and we'll definitely get back to you. Shwetanshi asks, how long does it take for you guys to customize an outfit and get it shipped?
Yeah, so usually it takes about anywhere between 3 to 4 weeks, and sometimes depending on the season, like I know we're getting into spring, so we're like really flooded with orders, so we always say that, just give it another week extra, especially because of shipping and logistics, etc. So usually about 3 to 4 weeks is what we take.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And if you do have a request for an outfit to come early, do check with us because sometimes we can expedite things, but it's a matter of you asking us.
Yeah.
So we do make those exceptions. So if you have something coming up urgent, check with our stylist if that's possible or not. So thanks, Hiran. I'm glad you like the outfits. Rima, all the colors are gorgeous. Keep it up. Oh, thanks,
Thank you.
Rima. I think they are having their own conversation right now over here. Thanks, Shwetanshi. Thanks for your comments. We have another question on Facebook that has come up is who are the celebrity or influencers to get inspired from this spring? Actually, I would include designers as well because some of the designers are doing really well in terms of the collection that they have launched. Ikta, thoughts?
Yeah, so I think in terms of more than celebrities, I'd say, definitely looking at some of the bigger fashion houses, right? And I think one of my favorites has been this year has been, a lot went down in the New York Fashion Week and we all kind of read about it and things like that. But if you guys do get a chance, definitely check out the Burberry Fashion Week which just took place.
Yeah.
I personally really liked it. They've used a lot of... it's very simplistic in terms of, the colors. They focused a lot on whites, a lot of grays, a lot of like toned down muted colors. But they have a lot of style and the silhouettes that they've used are really powerful in terms of not just the sleeves but just in terms of fringe tops or in terms of, little embellishments that they've added in different parts which you would have never expected. And so I think that is one of my favorites this year for sure.
And speaking of whites, actually we are seeing, that's another thing we are seeing, all white, like full white outfits are doing really well this season, right? I mean, it's such a fresh color and so much freshness and purity to it.
Yeah, and I think, one thing I've learned is that a lot of traditionally for Indian weddings, we do tend to stay away from whites. But I think it's a great color around festivals. I think, we wear white for a lot of events, right? And I think I think it has this calmness to it and it has a peaceful sort of feeling to it.
Yeah, it does.
So, like, I know for my own wedding I wore white and I wore like this white and ivory sort of mixed combination. And I know that every time that we've... it's hard to imagine at an Indian wedding. Where
I was just going to ask you, isn't white a taboo color in weddings? Indian weddings?
Black. I think it's black, but I know at least for Gujarati. So I'm Gujarati, but so I know in Gujaratis, when the girl gets married, she actually, white is one of the colors she needs to wear. So it's white, red and green.
I didn't know
it's
that.
called a panitar. So the panitar traditionally is actually white in color. So, that's what they say.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays a lot of people are also breaking stereotypes, so it's about what you feel comfortable in.
Yeah, and what's your
Doesn't-
style, right? More
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yeah, yeah. So Lakshmi says hi. Thanks, Lakshmi. Fia says, love your collection, keep it up.
Oh,
Thanks,
you.
Fia. Oh, people are having their own conversation there, which is interesting. So anyway, love to you guys. It's been great speaking to you. We have a couple more minutes, so if you have any last few questions, do let us know. I know a lot of people have been asking about our floral collection,
Mhm.
which we launched it. We also got some pre-submitted questions asking us about our floral collection. It's called Lily and Bloom. You can check it out on our website. What is the range for our floral collection?
So this floral collection actually that we came up with was purely keeping in mind the spring, and it was keeping in mind that it's more for people who are looking to wear outfits at other events, at other people's weddings, and not your own. So it's not casual, I would say, but it's more fun and flirty, and more keeping like the spring and the floral colors in mind. So they range anywhere between from $230 to about $280 is what we would say, and they all have like fun bags. So one of them is like an off-shoulder sort of look, which is which again is very off-shoulder, still a lot of
Oh
frills.
yeah.
And so that actually
Absolutely.
did really well, and we have tons of different floral options within that actually is kind of fun. And one of our customers wore that outfit, and she kind of wore that at one of her engagement shoots.
Right.
And then after that, she later sent us a picture where she just wore the top with like a high-waisted pair of
Oh,
jeans,
wow.
which we thought was like super creative. So a lot of our floral is where you could also mix and match with like your day-to-day wear or just like a fun night out on a Saturday night.
That's perfect. We've got a couple of questions again asking us where are we based. We answered it that we are based in San Francisco. Our headquarters are here, but our designers are placed globally. So if you have any questions regarding us, do let us know. Nirali says she loved our collection with Kaushal.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Nirali. We loved it too. I think a lot of people appreciated her collection, especially because, again, it stresses on the whole concept of mix and match, right?
Yeah,
Making
yeah.
anyone's wardrobe or closet or budget much more feasible than just spending your outfit on entire budget on one outfit and not being able to use again.
Yeah, yeah.
So the comments are coming in. Hiran asks, are you guys having any events for your collection in any states? I think that's something we've been talking about for quite some time. A lot of people have asked us, and I think it's time, Ekta. It's time we do something.
Yeah. I think so we never realized how it was, because we're always just cooped up at our desks and like talking to customers over the phone and video chat and things like that. So this has definitely been something we see has worked. Last year, in fact, we did do one event where we saw a lot of turnout. Last year we did something even in New York with the Brown Girl magazine, and that actually turned out really well too. So this year we are hoping to do one in San Francisco, something to keeping in mind in summer or spring. So we'll definitely keep everyone in the loop for that one.
Absolutely. Last few questions. Giggles says, I love your clothes. Thanks, Giggles. If I'm pronouncing it correctly. Thanks, Fiza. Thanks for your lovely comments. I think we are pretty much on time, and we've answered pretty much all the questions. So, any last words for this session, Ekta?
No, nothing. We're going to be here every Tuesday, so definitely want that if there is anyone who has any questions or you have something that you want us to talk about, whether it's customization or anything around fashion, or you want us to say something about ourselves or give you a tour of our office, please send us some emails or some comments. I know a lot of you already send us questions, so happy to get all your feedback and suggestions to make this so that we can be ourselves and talk to you guys about it.
Thanks, Rishika. Thanks for clarifying that. And Hiran, definitely next time we'll definitely plan to do something in Boston as well.
Okay.
Oh, I'm curious now. Fiza, who reminds you of which actress? Do let us know. She's like, you remind us of an actress on Star Plus. Now I'm curious.
I have no idea.
That's great, guys.
Thank
I mean,
you
it's
so much
been
for your
amazing.
kind
Like,
words. Yeah.
the more we do this, the more we realize how much love and support we have that you guys are giving to India Boulevard. So we just want to take this moment and thank you guys. And we love having these sessions. We're going to have it every week, so stay tuned. And if you have any topics that you would like us to discuss, please DM us, email us, message us. You can check out our website on indiaboulevard.com or reach out to us on hello@indiaboulevard.com. Last few comments. Oh, these comments are so cute. I mean, I could just go on reading them. Thanks, Swati. Thanks, Hiran. Thanks, Fiza. Fiza, do tell us in detail who you're referring to. We are very
she
curious.
mentioned some serial, so we'll have to probably
Yeah, we'll have to
back
go and Google
that,
it. So thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll definitely catch you live again on next Tuesday.
Yes. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.